Welcome to the Explainer. Okay, today we are tearing down some seriously complex DeFi infrastructure. If you're an active trader, you already know that the plumbing underneath your trades dictates your strategy just as much as the market itself. We're going to take a highly organized, data-driven look at how custom Layer 1 blockchains are finally enabling full central limit order books right on-chain, and exactly how that stacks up against those battle-tested Oracle pool models we've all grown so used to. All right, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for today. Section 1, the need for DEX Speed. Section 2, inside HyperCore and HyperBFT. Section 3, the on-chain order book. Section 4, CLOB versus Oracle pools. Section 5, the deflationary mechanics. And wrapping it up with Section 6, the pro-trader advantage. Section 1, the need for DEX Speed, chasing centralized execution. So here is the absolute holy grail question of DeFi. Can a decentralized exchange ever truly match the speed, the low latency, and the advanced order types of a centralized giant? For years, let's be honest, the answer was a reluctant no. Early on-chain models were plagued by network congestion, crazy high gas fees, and delayed execution. And if you're a quant or pro-day trader, you literally cannot afford to have your execution stalled by block times. You need rapid price discovery, right? You need to execute complex algorithms without friction. And that brings us to this staggering metric. 200,000. That is the number of orders per second that HyperLiquid can handle right now. 200,000. This immediately grabs our attention because it's a massive paradigm shift. We're not talking about some incremental improvement. This is centralized exchange-level performance happening entirely on-chain. But how is this physically possible without completely breaking the network? Well, we have to look under the hood. Section 2. Inside HyperCore and HyperBFT. The infrastructure layer. Let's wipe the slate clean for a second and look at the infrastructure. HyperLiquid doesn't just deploy a smart contract on some off-the-shelf chain like Ethereum or Arbitrum. No, they built an entirely custom Layer 1 blockchain called HyperCore, which is powered by this consensus algorithm known as HyperBFT. And HyperBFT is optimized from the ground up for one specific purpose: high-frequency trading demands. It strips away all that unnecessary computational overhead you find in general-purpose blockchains to do one thing absolutely perfectly: process orders with sub-second finality. Imagine chalking this up on a blackboard. Step 1, an order is placed. Step 2, that HyperBFT consensus mechanism instantly processes the action across validators. Step 3, bam, sub-second finality on HyperCore. Every single cancel, trade, and liquidation is happening transparently and incredibly fast. There's no waiting for block confirmations, no stressing about getting front-run by a sluggish mempool. The whole infrastructure acts like an invisible, lightning-fast clearinghouse. Section 3, the on-chain order book. A CX-like experience. Because of that crazy fast sub-second Layer 1 base, the application layer can actually support a fully on-chain central limit order book, or CLOB. And this unlocks the whole shebang, tools that look incredibly familiar to anyone trading on a centralized platform. Limit orders, stop losses, take profits, dynamic spreads. Instead of trading against an automated algorithm, makers and takers interact directly to discover price. It's the traditional market microstructure that professional traders demand, fully realized on-chain. Now, what's really interesting about this is the fee structure. If you're a high-frequency trader, fees compound fast and they eat your margins alive. HyperLiquid's highly competitive taker fee averages around 0.035%, compared to the base 0.100% open and close fee on GMX. On top of that, HyperLiquid actively incentivizes liquidity with maker rebates. Basically, if you add liquidity to the book, you are getting paid to do it. And this is a direct benefit of operating that custom L1. No external miners or generic gas fees to pay. Section 4, CLOB versus Oracle pools. Head-to-head comparison. Okay, let's put these two in the ring and break down their mechanics. GMX uses an Oracle-based pool model. It's totally battle-tested. You execute against a shared pool at an exact price fed by a Chainlink Oracle. The massive advantage here? Zero slippage. For reasonable trade sizes, what you see is exactly what you get. HyperLiquid, though, uses the order book model, meaning dynamic spreads dictated by pure supply and demand. And notice the funding rates? HyperLiquid uses a rapid 1-hour interval for smoother market adjustments, whereas GMX sticks to a more traditional 8-hour window. But the real philosophical difference here is how liquidity is sourced. GMX uses GLP, or GM pools. In their model, liquidity providers take the other side of your trade. If a trader loses, the LPs earn real yield, which, has historically been super attractive, sometimes hitting 15 to 40% APY. HyperLiquid matches makers and takers directly. Yes, they have an HLP vault to help democratize things, but the core engine relies on active market makers capturing the spread. So it's a shared pool counterparty versus a direct peer-to-peer matching engine. Section 5. The deflationary mechanics. The $1 billion assistance fund. Let's chalk up the math on protocol revenue, because it is staggering. HyperLiquid's execution layer automatically converts protocol fees directly into HYPE tokens. A massive 97 to 99% of these fees are routed straight into the assistance fund. That leaves just 1 to 3% for the HLP vault and asset deployers. Over time, this relentless buyback mechanism has funneled roughly $1 billion worth of fees into this fund. It acts as an incredibly aggressive, automated token sink. And this brilliantly illustrates just how severe this mechanism is. The assistance fund routes those HYPE tokens to a system address that has absolutely no private key, meaning they are mathematically irretrievable without a hard fork of the blockchain. Validators have even pushed a governance vote to establish a binding social consensus, formally recognizing these tokens, which is roughly 10% of the circulating supply, as permanently burned. That is a massive shift toward a deflationary model. Section 6. The pro-trader advantage. The verdict. So, the crucial point is this quote from Fencery. There is no single best exchange. There is only the best tool for your specific strategy. If your goal is to earn real yield by providing liquidity, or if you want simple execution with absolutely zero price impact at an oracle price, GMX remains the gold standard. But if you're a professional day trader who demands advanced execution algorithms, rapid price discovery, and minimal fees, HyperLiquid's order book is built exactly for you. Actually, a lot of sophisticated traders use both simultaneously just to hedge and execute different strategies. The reality is, the infrastructure of decentralized finance isn't just playing catch-up to centralized exchanges anymore. In a lot of ways, regarding transparency and self-custody, it's taking the lead. We've explored the sheer speed of HyperBFT, the mechanics of on-chain limit order books, and the structural trade-offs against oracle pools. So I'll leave you with this. How will sub-second on-chain execution change your high-frequency trading strategy? Thank you for joining me for this explainer. Keep learning, keep analyzing, and I'll see you next time.